Introduction to modules in NestJS. Welcome to the lecture. Today we're going to look into how to effectively organize NestJS applications using modules. Understanding modules and the module decorator. So in NestJS, a module is essentially a class marked with the module decorator, and this decorator provides important metadata that NestJS uses to structure your application. If we want to kind of take a look at the properties of the module decorator, there are 4 things: providers, controllers, imports, and exports. Providers, these are the services or providers that will be instantiated by the Nest injector and can be shared within the module. And controllers array includes the controllers that need to be instantiated. Imports lists other modules that export the providers required by this module, and exports are the providers that should be available in other modules that import this one. So by defining these properties, you organize your application structure and dependency management effectively. Root module. So every NestJS application starts with a root module, and this root module serves as the entry point for building the application graph, which is Nest's internal data structure for resolving module and provider relationship. And here you can see a simple example of a root module. And we can see that we are importing module from NestJS common, and we're importing app controllers and app services. And we are exporting app module class, and we have module decorator with 3 properties: imports, controllers, and providers. And we are in the array, in the controllers array, we're adding app controllers, and providers array, we're having app service. And this root module is crucial because it kickstarts the whole application, organizing all other feature modules and their dependencies. Feature modules. So as your application grows, managing complexity becomes essential, and this is where feature modules come into play. Feature modules encapsulates closely related components, making the code base more organized and manageable. So if we take a look at this example, cats module inside cats folder, it has similar structure. It's importing module from NestJS common, and then it's importing controllers and service from cats controller and cat service. And we have a module decorator in cats module class. We're providing cats controller and cat service to controllers array and providers array. And you can generate this module using the CLI with the command nestg module cats. And feature modules help in isolating and managing different parts of your application effectively. importing feature modules. So once you have created a feature module, you need to import it into the root module to make it part of the application. And here is how you can do it. We are in the root module, and what we're doing is we're importing cats module from cats module file, and then we're adding this module into imports array. So by importing the cats module into the app module, we are integrating its functionality into the overall application structure, making its controllers and providers available for use. And organizing directory structure is really important for maintaining a clean and understandable code base. So here is an example of a well-organized directory structure after creating the cats module. And in this structure, all files related to the cats feature are contained within cats directory. So this way we're promoting modularity and ease of navigation. Shared modules. So modules in NestJS are singletons by default. And this means that the same instance of any provider can be shared across multiple modules effortlessly. And to make a provider shareable, you need to export it from the module. So by adding cat service to the exports array, any module that imports cat's module will share the same instance of cat service. Module re-exporting. So modules can also re-export other modules they import, making them available to other modules. And this is useful for creating a centralized module that manages shared dependencies. So for example, let's say you have core module, and the core module, we are importing common module and exporting common module. So we're seeing that common module is imported and then re-exported. So allowing any module that imports core module to access common module as well. Global modules. So when you have providers that need to be available globally throughout your application, you can use the global decorator. And if you look at this example, we have global decorator here. And this global decorator makes the cats module globally available. It means that you don't need to import it in other modules to use cat service. But as with programming, it is important to use global modules sparingly in order to maintain good design principles. Dynamic modules. So dynamic modules in NestJS allows for the creation of customizable modules that can register and configure providers dynamically. This is especially useful for modules like databases, where configuration might depend on runtime parameters. So let's look at this database module example. We are importing not just module from NestJS common, but dynamic module here. And then we are importing create database providers and connection from connection provider. And we have a module decorator in database module class. And we can see that we have for root method that is returning dynamic module, and it is instantiating. It is creating database provider by calling create database provider and assigning it to providers, and it's returning module object that contains module providers export property. So this module can register additional providers based on the configuration passed to the for root method. Importing and configuring dynamic modules. In order to use a dynamic module, you import and configure it in your root or another module. So here you can see that we're importing database module, and we have module decorator, and inside imports property, database module is configured with the user entity, and this approach allows for flexible and dynamic configuration of modules at runtime. Conclusion. So modules are a foundational concept in NestJS that help in organizing code, managing dependencies, and enhancing maintainability. So we looked at different types of modules: root module, feature module, shared module, global module, and lastly, dynamic modules. So by using these modules, you can build scalable and robust applications. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and I hope you have good understanding of modules in NestJS.